Being a Habs fan, I've got no business complaining about pre-game ceremonies, but Sunday evening in Boston, wow. You gotta admit, that was pretty long. Yeah, that was Lord of the Rings long, and you know what, I'm pretty sure they even brought Gandalf out onto the ice at one point. This video is brought to you by Miraj Trading, and it doesn't matter if you're a Habs fan or a Bruins fan. One common denominator, one thing we all have in common, is we love ripping open a few packs of hockey cards. So go ahead and visit MirajTrading.com today and find the right deal for you. Here we go. Habs. Bruins. Puck is dropped, and the Bruins come out of the gate looking like they've got an extra jump in their step. They're throwing hits. They're taking shots. My God. Poor Caden Primo must have been shitting his pants back there. And with just over 8 minutes remaining in the first period, Squirrel Cheeks is about to fool everybody. Watch him closely. He walks right in and everybody thinks he's going to shoot, and then he quickly scores a wraparound to put the Bruins up by 1. Arby's like, oh no, that's not good. It ain't good, Arby, and it's about to get worse. On the very next shift, Matheson gets stick lifted. Look at him. I mean, we're kind of at this point with Matheson where we wouldn't even trust him to bring Grandma a glass of milk anymore. This little hiccup causes all kinds of trouble in front of the Habs net. Eventually, the puck's going to find its way to Tabernac, and boom! Tabernac goes top cheese to put the Bruins up by 2. And if that wasn't enough, we're not even at the dagger yet. Here's the dagger. Just 15 seconds later, Charlie Coyle just outmuscles Suzuki and makes a tree. Yup. That's definitely a minute and 10 seconds of history right here. Holy smokes. Marty St. Louis, yeah, he can't wait any longer. He calls a timeout immediately, and the first period comes to an end with the Bruins up by a few bloody goals. Not a good time. Now we're going to move on to the second period, where right away, Little Z, not Big Z, he's going to try and do us a favor, okay? Big Z's version of a favor would have been trying to kill Max Pacioretty, but Little Z, no. He fires a puck right out in the Walmart parking lot just for us. Do you know what that means? It's time for a Montreal Canadiens power play. Yes, what could possibly go wrong? Mike Matheson rushes in and quickly wins a battle for the puck and pushes it back to Squirrel Cheeks. Oh my God, what have you done? Squirrel Cheeks gets in all alone. He goes to his backhand and scores a short-handed beauty. And now they're up by 4. Was I enjoying this? Absolutely not. All I wanted to see at this point was some sort of a pushback. And finally, we get something, and it all starts off of a nice little play from Albert Jacko. You see that? He's going to bank one in off of Caulfield's leg for Montreal's first goal of the game. And then he gets in a little bit of a dust-up after a big hit on Trent Frederick. I mean, it looked like him and Kastelic were going to go at one point for what would have been like their 4th time in their careers. But unfortunately for us, it gets broken up, and they actually give 2 of these guys like 10-minute misconducts. Come on. That's pathetic. This is the Habs and Bruins we're talking about. Now for the remainder of the second period, it actually gets pretty chippy out there. There's a few scrums after the whistle. Suzuki and Swayman are going at it. Doc and Cheeks have a little disagreement at one point. But when the third period begins, right off the hop, the Bruins are going right back on the offensive, okay? Charlie Coyle's going to come up with his second goal of the game. And I don't even know what to say about this one. Guys, it looks to me like he's going in slow motion. Look at him. That's 5 goals on 20 shots for Caden Primo at this point. But we do got to give the Habs just a little bit of credit. A smudge of credit, because they do battle back and make this game at least a little bit interesting. Emil Heineman scores one right away to make it 5-2. That was a bullet. That's his 6th goal of the season now, and in my opinion, he should be placed higher in the lineup. He deserves more minutes. And a few minutes later, Caulfield's going to get his 2nd goal of the game to make it 5-3, okay? However, that's as far as they're going to get. With the Canadiens goalie pulled, the Bruins are going to make it 6-3, and you can tell by the look at some of the faces around here, Habs fans, they're not happy, okay? Not at all. And that's it. 6-3 is going to be your final score after 60 minutes of play. So they lose back-to-back games on the weekend. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. And their next game is going to be back in Montreal on Tuesday. I've got a sneaky, suspicious feeling that we're going to see the return of Patrick Laine in this one. And, hey, it might even make things a little more interesting. I hope the lineup looks a little better once he gets in there, because I'm just not feeling it right now. But you can let me know your thoughts in the land down under. Please don't forget to slap that like button right across its Squirrel Cheeks before you leave here. And hey, I'll see you next time.